Writing a short story and you want to get it published and you're not getting published. There's many things to know of writing a short story, and what we're going to do is look at these things, see how they differ to, say, a novel or a novelette. Certain aspects you have to do if you want to have a chance of being published. So I'm going to walk down the road, see if we can figure out how to write a winner. So the first aspect is length. So you want to hit a sweet spot. Hit a sweet spot of these magazines, and that could be around about 2,000 to 7,000 words, and you can go longer. Under 1,000, you got a flash piece. Understand what's the sweet spot of words. You need to read some of these magazines, say writing sci-fi or fantasy. You look at Asimov's or fantasy and science fiction, Beneath Ceaseless Skies, and a host of others. You see what kind of word length. Now some of them are going about 5,000 to 7,000. It seems to be a sweet spot. Unlike a novel, you're not going to be starting way back and slowly building. Highly unlikely anyway. You're going to be starting at the beginning of the inciting incident. And your first line has got to be a winner. You've got to start with a character, maybe what he wants, and some conflict, and a weird setting. So it could be the dead body was floating by the boat in the water. So automatically you got conflict, here you go. And a big key, especially to sci-fi or fantasy if you want to get published, is you can't write a normal kind of story. It's not like normal books. It's not like normal movies. One of the big things, what is probably king when it comes to getting published in one of these magazines, is a novel idea. You're gonna have a weird idea that people haven't read before. And it probably won't be a huge mega hit in Hollywood, but it could get you published. A novel idea is gonna be a setting that no one has ever seen before. And you may just pick an object that has a special power that no one's ever seen before. A screwdriver is the object, and the screwdriver can do something miraculous that no one's ever read before in a story. What can the screwdriver do? Well, there you go. So maybe the screwdriver can talk to animals. When the builder has it in his hands, it gives him the ability to talk to the animals. So therefore, you got a novel idea. Now, that may not be a great one. You may want to come up with a better one, but you're sort of understanding what's king in a short story, sci-fi, fantasy is a novel idea. A unique setting, something that's totally contrasting. Maybe a boat in the middle of the ocean, with a guy talking to animals. You can have a problem. Maybe he's trying to get back to shore or something like this, and he's going to talk to the dolphins through the screwdriver. This is not a very good story, so I don't recommend writing it. You could always pick 3 objects, look through a dictionary, pick 3 words. You might be screwdriver, might be boat, and it might be some word you've never heard of. Look at the meaning and then think of a way to put them all together. And you're going to get something weird and obscure. You still need to have your world building, so you might just pick a few details and set the scene pretty quickly. In this opening, you've got to have the hook, the conflict, tension, perhaps a goal or a desire from the main character. You have a strong character, giving some characterization, a bit of personality. You've got to have a plot and a theme, unique ending that no one saw coming. Also, you can't write it like a standard bestseller. It's got to be a little more lyrical, a little more poetic, a little more literary. Just pick 1 or 2 big words. If you don't know any, you can look them up. That's what a thesaurus is for, but make sure they're the right words. You can't just pick a big word that doesn't mean the exact right thing. All these different words have a very, very slight different meaning. And if you're writing sci-fi, you might have to make up a little bit of rubbish. Like I wrote one sci-fi and it had like a laser heat cutter. You give it some kind of weird name like a kazukazaga. Another hint when you're writing short fiction for sci-fi and fantasy, you want to make it maybe some political issue, some new way of looking at life, or how technology is affecting mankind in the future. Always experimenting on some kind of level of where mankind's going or what's the best path to take, or some kind of philosophy. It's just a little bit weird. One of the benefits of a short story mag is that when you're going to get your agent, if you've got 4 or 5 stories listed as being published with some of these bigger magazines, the agent's going to look at that and go, okay, this guy or this girl, they can write, they can spin a yarn, and let's request the manuscript and take a look. It might just be worth acquiring. Another thing is it teaches you the craft. To become an expert writer, to be at the top of your game, make the big bucks, at least make a living off it. Because I've read, I don't know if it's true, that the average person who writes a book who can actually make a living of about, say, 50k a year, the percentage of writers is 0.00067. That's not very good. I don't know if that's true. The odds are hard, but it's mainly because you've just got to be good. You've got to put in the time. And that may take you 10,000 hours of all aspects of the craft. So writing these short stories builds up your hours. If you write 20 short stories, that gives you 20 times you get to write a catchy beginning. But if you write 2 novels, it's only 2 times you get to write a catchy beginning. And it gives you 20 times to do a good, surprising and fulfilling ending. It's got to hit the right emotional beats. If you want to sell to certain markets, you've got to hit the right emotional beats. And it gives you 20 different times to work on all these different aspects of your craft. And if you do 50, well, that's 50 times or 100. The more you can do, the better. It's an emotional game, but keep going. There's many great aspects to writing short stories. Some are classics, some even get made into movies. You might be familiar with, can't remember the name of the movie exactly, but The Unfamiliar Life of Tom Woody or something like that. Had that actor in it. Well, I don't know his name, but the actor was in it, and he goes off to Greenland. That was a short story. I'll give you a writing exercise. Pick a location, so I'm going to pick the docks. Okay, that's your location. You're at the docks. Character will make it a fiend like me. He's going to be a cold fiend in a scarf, a cheap beanie. So you got your character, you got your location, and you're going to put something weird in it. So it's got something to do with an anchor. The anchor from the ship that the fiend finds is going to be something about that anchor, and it's going to be something unique. So your opening line, you can adjust this, but your opening line for your exercise is going to be: the homeless man who lived by the docks stumbled upon an anchor. Then you're going to build from that. Keep it under even 1,000 words if you want. You can apply it to a flash fiction piece, or you can expand it to 5,000 words and then send it into, Strange Horizons or something. But anyway, keep writing, keep tuned, and spread this on Instagram. We'll see 800 subscribers, unbelievably. And if you do write that story, if it's short enough, feel free to copy and paste it in the comments down below, and I'll check it out. And if it's good enough, maybe even send it to everydayfiction.com. And if it gets published, maybe send a little link down below, and we'll check it out as well.